Yo, this is Ghetts. We're at Beyond the Valley, and you're watching AUDollars. Don't go nowhere. You already know. Love.
Right here with me in the flesh, I got an OG, a godfather of this shit, all the way from East London, my brother Ghetts.
What's happening, brother? You good?
I'm really well, man. I'm really well. It's good to finally have you here.
Exactly. Good to meet you in person, as we just saying off camera, like we spoke during COVID times. So it's good to be in your country and speak to you. You know what I mean?
How does it feel a bit surreal? Like we're like 20 years deep in the game now, bro. You're finally touching down on the other side of the world.
For me, I feel like, why did I take so long to come here? I was in New Zealand yesterday. I had a blast. Do you know what I mean? And now being in Australia, and just I've not been out there yet, but it feels good to be here. It feels super good. You know what I mean?
Does it feel any shock, any culture shock getting here? Anything not meeting expectations or exceeding expectations?
I've not been around yet. I literally flew from New Zealand, got to the airport, and came here.
Straight here.
So I haven't experienced anything yet. You know.
What are you looking forward to?
New Year's.
Yeah?
Yeah, like spending New Year's. Where we spending it in Sydney, right? Yeah. So
Play this, jump straight on a flight.
yeah. I heard it's lit in Sydney New Year's, so I'm looking forward to that.
That's dope. And what can we expect? It's been a long time in the making to get out here and catch you live.
Yeah.
What can the fans out here on the big main stage at Beyond the Valley expect from a Get Set?
Can expect energy, substance, and a great performance, man. I really know how to use a stage. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of stage presence, for sure.
Do you have a favorite part of the process? Is the writing, recording, creating, and all that? But then here you actually get to connect with people in the flesh.
I feel like maybe the writing and recording is my favorite bit. The stage is not far from it though, but writing and recording is literally meditation for me. It feels so therapeutic. So I would always say writing and recording.
And do you have a moment on stage where you're actually able to stay still and capture and soak in everything that's going on around you?
When so like I'll write certain songs, and sometimes you can be wrong. A lot of the times I'm right, but I may write a section of the song and feel like this is a crowd pleaser. This part here, it's definitely gonna go off. And when you see that happen, when you see that you execute that, it gives you more confidence. It's like I knew that. I knew that bit was gonna go like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
You mentioned before as well that we spoke about 3-4 years ago, COVID times. That was a record, Conflict of Interest. That was a lot about introspection. It was a lot about identity. 3 years down the line, On Purpose, With Purpose, seems almost more like a cultural commentary on the world around us. What growing happened in the last 3 years to transform that?
For me, it was just, I guess I'm on a spiritual journey all the time in terms of my relationship with religion or my relationship with God, and the talent I possess and why and what I should do with it. So I guess for me, On Purpose With Purpose was like, okay, what are you using the talent for? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can, when we're not all here to do the same thing. And for me, I guess it's just looking at the world and knowing that, okay, you have this extreme writing ability to paint pictures with words, to make movies with sentences, and it's like a power, and you can use the power for destruction, or you could use the power to uplift. So I feel that responsibility now, almost, whereas I might have had that voice in my head as a younger man and ignored it, and it's getting harder to ignore.
Yeah.
Let's just say that it's getting harder to ignore at this point.
Yeah. I think the record on that album that really sums up the album for me is Double Standards. It's one of my favourite songs of the year. I think that the juxtaposition of you and Sampa, the pen game, I think it's as good as you've ever written, the poetry in it. Can you talk to me a little bit selfishly, because it's one of my favourite songs, about the process and how that song came to be?
Yeah, just looking at the world and how media has trained us to perceive things sometimes. Do you know, right and wrong, like who says what right and wrong is, almost, you know what I mean? It's crazy because I'm a man that will look at like why countries war with each other, and then have brothers in jail that are doing life sentences for basically the same thing on a smaller scale, which is like
Hero if I kill for my country, villain if I kill for my postcode. Yeah.
Exactly that. So for me, it's just like, wow, there's a double standard right here. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know, man. I think people in power are psychopaths. I'll be very honest with you. We never see them on the front line. It's our fathers, it's our friends, it's our sons, it's our daughters, it's our cousins, it's our sisters. Do you know what I'm saying? That are dying for a cause that sometimes is manipulated. Not sometimes, most of the time is manipulated. So double standards is a lot to do with just how critical thinking. I think critical thinking is at an all-time low, as well as comprehension. Do you know what I mean? I think people place so much trust in people that have fucked them over for centuries. I find it extremely bewildering, to say the least. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't get it. Like,
I guess what's your encouragement then to the youngers that are inheriting a world in the state that it is? You're OG now, you know what I mean? You're a father, just hit 40, congrats. Like, you're OG status, man. Like, what's your encouragement to the youngers coming through?
And that's the problem. I haven't actually got an answer. I can just say, stay alert, and do you know what I mean? And teach, man. I feel like we've all got some form of duty and we have to find it, and mine might be through the music, or it might not be, but I'm still on my journey, you know what I mean?
That's cool. Yeah, when we spoke 3 years ago, it was a profound chat for me as well, brother, because we spoke a lot about culture and the importance of people that come from areas like us, whether it be East London, Melbourne's North, Sydney's West, whatever, about reclaiming our own narrative. Yeah. And so I wanted to gift you with something today, is that, so AUDollars, our brand, our artist discovery platform.
That's a nice white tee.
Thank you, my brother.
Quality, man.
We linked up with a Melbourne streetwear label called Ishpig. They're like OG in the culture, been around for a long time on the street authentically. We did a limited run, and I heard you were coming to town, and I wanted to be able to present you with one today. It's some authentic Melbourne streetwear, my guy, from Melbourne to London.
Thank you, man. It's a quality white t-shirt, man. You know when it feels heavyweight. You know? Right.
Thank you, my brother, for your time, for your teaching, for your wisdom.
No problem. I appreciate you, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, appreciate it. It's good to see you in the flesh as well.
100%, my guy.
For sure.
And all the best for today.
Yeah? Take care.
Love, brother.
Respect.
Cheers, man.